we have leaders and we have poverty. We cannot do anything without these leaders. They are in position to solve our problem. They are in position to receive from God. In our part one, we discussed about how it is important for leaders to have dream. That is, it is the dream that they have that determines what they are going to bring out for the people and what they are going to do that people will continue to follow them. After the dream, the interpreters of the dream, the next thing is the duty of the interpreter. If you have ever to be an interpreter of the dream of somebody, you see, the interpretation of the dream will now give you a duty, and that will be your duty, and the interpretation will even serve as a way to realize your purpose in life, because for everybody there's a duty from God. And Joseph now saw the interpretation as a duty. He told the king, say, king, it is not about interpretation alone. No. You still need somebody that will execute this dream. You still need somebody that will prove it, that will bring the dreams into reality. What was the dream? I want to remind us that the king had a dream. He said he saw 7 kinds that was well fed and 7 kinds that was not well fed. I mean, something like he saw 7 cattle that was well fed and 7 cattle that was not well fed. And the one that was not well fed, they now swallowed the one that were well fed. Joseph now told him, see, there is going to be 7 years of famine, 7 years of plenty. He now decided that it is better for the king to now store grains, to store food for the people during the 7 years of plenty, so that when it was the time of lack, they will be able to get something to eat. And you could remember that thing really worked. And you know what happened? Immediately he said that, Pharaoh now look at, he now said, look, king, it's not about this the dream and interpretation. You need somebody. King now said, who did I need again? It is you. He now said, you are the one. He did the duty perfectly. You could remember that his own brothers, their father called them that, I heard there was food in Egypt. Why can't you take money and go there and bring food? They went there. So it shows that around that place during that period, it was only Egypt that had food. You see, and they did not have it because they have more than enough. They have it during that famine, during that scarcity, because they have somebody already with them that interpreted the dream of their king, so that they were able to keep, while other places, while they were wasting their own. So what we are saying is this: what we lack in this society, in Africa, is the dreamers. It is not about the dreamers alone. It is the interpreters of the dream. It is not about the interpreters of the dream alone. It is about those people that will now bring that interpretation into reality. You see, we are tired of analysts. We are tired of analysts in Africa. You turn on your TV set, you see people analyzing our problem. You see people telling us about our problem. You see people comparing African continent with other continents of the world. They will not talk about how we are going to use our resources. And some people can even continue to say, you can do this, you can do this, you can do this, but they have never done it. In fact, they can never do it. In fact, they don't pray for their children to do what they are telling you to do. So what you are saying is this: Joseph, he told them, he interpreted the dream, and he was the one who was in position to execute their dream. That's what we are saying in Africa. Leaders, I said it in the other video, you must have a dream, and at the same time, you must get somebody that will interpret the dream for you. And by the time you get the interpreters of your dream, then you now assign that person the duty and allow him to do it. Some leaders, they have problem. What is their problem? They feel threatened when they see somebody that want to do what they cannot do. You don't need to feel threatened. You see, at the end of the day, the honor will come to you. So you should allow this person, anybody that you discover can interpret and execute your dream, let them do it. You don't even need to think if they are from the same tribe with you or not. If they are from, regardless of their color, as long as they can do it. Just the way Pharaoh did it, you have to do it. Despite that they stored food, despite that they were selling food to all other countries around them, at a time, the food finished. At a time, money failed. You see, in so many places in Africa, money is failing. What am I saying is this: people have money, they have much money, they don't have things to buy. Or people don't even have the money and they still don't have what to buy with it. People find it very difficult to get food. Even foodstuffs are very, very expensive. You see, we are just like this situation that the Egyptians were. They have been banned, the one they stored. But now, money fails. Money is failing. But they know the right thing to do. I want to admonish the Africans. This is not the time for us to complain. This is not the time for us to criticize. This is the time for us to look out for somebody like Joseph that is going to save us. Look, Pharaoh was the king, but Joseph was even an Hebrew. He was not even from Egypt, but he was assigned to do the duty that will bring comfort to the people. He was assigned with the duty that will feed people. So what I'm saying today is that our leader look out for people that can help us. It's not a matter of having so many people around you. It's about getting the right person. You know, Pharaoh did not relieve the people that were closer to him, his ministers, his other chiefs, because he did not relieve them of their position. They have their reason for being there, but he allowed Joseph to do it. Where is our Joseph today? Money is failing. Money is failing, and we need Joseph that will help us out. We are going to look at what Joseph did. They said they came to him. The money has failed. We have money, we couldn't get what to buy. We don't even have access to food again. What do? They brought all what they have in exchange for food, and he fed them that year. He fed them that year. You know, food production comes every year. During rainy season, you plant. During dry season, you harvest. When you are unable to plant during rainy season, that means you are not going to harvest anything. I want African leaders to think about this. We use our rainy season to play, and we use dry season to complain. Who is going to be blamed for that? We are going to be blamed because we refuse to understand the season. We refuse to understand the season that God is using to take care of people. We are not using the season that God is using to take care of people. Instead, we depend on other people. Imagine other places around Egypt that depended on Egypt. When money failed in Egypt, what will happen to them? So what we are saying is this: they came to Joseph, and Joseph fed them for that year. Okay, the following year they came again. Told him, look, we have given you everything. Only what we have now is our body. How are you going to help us? Don't allow us to die. You see, our leaders today, I am appealing to you. People are really crying, not because they hate you, but because they see you as the person that God has placed in that position to help them. Whenever they lack anything, God has put you in that position to be able to provide for them. That is why they are crying. Instead of going to Pharaoh, they came to Joseph. Pharaoh did not even see it as an opportunity to envy Joseph. Leaders, allow people that God has assigned to help you. Allow them. Don't feel threatened by their sources. Don't feel threatened by what they can do that you cannot do. You are still the leader. They came to him. They told him, why are we going to die? We have only our body in front of you. Let me be sincere with us. Some of us today, we have only our body. We are carrying only our body around. Everything has finished. There's no other thing than our body. But we are looking out. We are still crying out. We are looking for somebody like Joseph. We are looking out for people, somebody that God will use to help us. He bought all their land for Pharaoh. And he told them, here is the seed for you. Here is the seed. You have been coming here to buy food. I've been giving you food. But here is the seed. He assigned them a duty that day. So this is where we are going, African leaders. Let's stop depending for food on foreign nations. And I am telling you, we can do it if we locate somebody like Joseph that will help us today. And he bought all their land and he gave them seed. You see, we are crying, stop giving us money. We need seed that we can plant. We are approaching another rainy season. We need seed that we can plant. We need something that will be seed that will be able to plant and harvest. Stop giving us money alone. Money will not solve our problem. Money has failed. Joseph gave them seed, and he allocated lands to them. We have lands in Africa. Especially in Nigeria, we have lands. Allocate lands to us, provide security, and allow people to work. He gave them seeds and he assigned them to work, and they started working. That's something that surprised me. There was famine, and the famine for 7 years is about coming to an end. If famine could have continued if they refused to plant, but because Joseph was there as an interpreter and the executor of the dream, he gave them seed so that the famine will end. Famine, the problem we are facing in Africa concerning food today, it will not come to end until when we find a leader, that will give us seed to plant. Until when we are able to locate a leader that will give us seed to plant and be able to feed ourselves. He gave them seed. They have sold all what they have before. They have bought all what they can buy. And now Joseph as a good leader, he reserved some seed for them for the time of planting. Please, we need seed to plant in Africa. Encourage our young ones to go to farm at the period when we can be easily directed. These people, when they have little food, Joseph cannot direct them to farm. But when they don't have, they came to him. When they could not get food to buy again, they came to him, and he showed them the right place to go. We are begging our leaders, show us the right place to go. We need seed so that we'll plant, so that we will harvest, and the problem of food will end in Africa. God bless you. I hope you have gained tremendously. I want to humbly appeal to you to kindly subscribe to Lim TV Plus for more.